Hey guys, how's it going? We are broadcasting the Rockies Yankees game today. It's the final game of the series, and Yankees are looking for the sweep. I just got here, and it's going to be James Paxton versus Herman Marquez. And Paxton's a 3.94 ERA, and that's an 82.1 innings pitched. Yankees have been doing really well as of late. They've won 3 out of 4 against the Rays since the All-Star break, and now look like they're going to sweep the Rockies. So a lot of things are going right for this team right now, besides Voit getting him the jaw yesterday, and their 11-5 victory over the Rockies, which is pretty bizarre. So we're just about to start. It'll be a left-on-left matchup right here, as Blackman is a lefty and the leadoff hitter. I do have to fill up my scorecard as also when my mom get a tattoo there for support. So I do have to do my scorecard right now. So just for the play-by-play. And a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1 to Blackman. The ball is hit into deep right field. Judge's back, and this one, yellow ball baseball, folks. Charlie Blackman has hit a solo homer to make it quickly a 1-0 game for the Rockies. That is Blackman's 21st homer of the season. See, his team is pounding the dugout. They are excited. They're trying not to get swept here. Leave New York on a sour note as they head home to Colorado. But, yeah, not really a great start from Paxton. Actually, really the worst start you can have. But I've read an article about how Paxton really struggles in the first inning, how it might be beneficial if he gets pair of an opener, and it really should be needed, as evident by the home run right there. He has like a 10-something ERA in the first inning. It's awful. Fastball right down the pipe, 0-1 to Story. And the slider in there for strike 2, now 0-2. Wow, he has the lowest ERA in the American League after the first inning. That's insane. He really does just need an opener. Fastball just missed upstairs, 1-2 now. And now just broadcasters are saying that as well. So they 100% agree with me. I wonder if they've read that article too. It was on Bleacher Report. He swings through that curveball, and Story is down on strikes. It did bounce away from Sanchez, but Story not going anywhere. So 1 away. Paxton picks up the first strikeout of the game. One of the best starters at striking out batters. Has some like ridiculous 11K per 9 or so. So more than one batter per inning, which is really ridiculous. And here is Nolan Arenado, the 3-run homer in yesterday's loss to the Yankees. Helped Tanaka get out of the game, who was dealing for 5 innings, and then got lit up like a Christmas tree against Arenado, hit a home run dead center against him. Here's the 1-0. That's a high fly ball. That won't do it. Right to Hitz, who makes the catcher out number 2. It's kind of lagging a little bit. Let me just go back live. Do apologize about that. Go back in a second. Yep. So it's an 0-1 count to Murphy right now. Sorry for the inconvenience. Ball missed low, so it's now a 1-1 count. Pause again. Up. Now it's back. Great. Here's the 1-1. And the slider just misses inside now, 2-1. Fastball missed upstairs now, 3-1. Well, I disagree with that a little bit. Actually, no, they actually do have a pretty good offense, 5.5 runs per game. But I think that's in large part due to the Coors Field effect, because they score 6.6 runs a game there and 4.2 on the road. So I think they're not the best hitting team on the road, and they haven't really acted like that in the first couple of games against the Yankees. Here's the payoff pitch, full count. A high fly ball, shallow right field. Who's going to make the catch will be Torres. And the Rockies are retired, but not before Blackman hits a solo homer to make it a 1-0 lead, heading to the bottom of the first.
Señorita, always I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la, it's true la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for you. Let in Miami, there was hot from summer rains were dripping off me before I even knew her name. La la la. You felt like ooh la la la, yeah, no. Sapphire and moonlight, we danced for hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands, la la la. You felt like ooh la la la, yeah. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need you, but every touch is ooh la la la, it's true la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave you, but every touch is ooh la la la, it's true la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for you. At in the hotel, there's just some things that never change. You say we're just friends, but friends don't know the way you taste. La la la. Cause you know it's been a long time coming, don't you let me fall. When you listen, just me hooked on me.
Here is Herman Marquez, 8-5, a 5.12 ERA. Actually has thrown 130 innings, which I think is like top 5 in all of baseball. Gave up 11 runs in his last start. Jeez, that certainly put a dent in his ERA right there. And he's a really good road pitcher, so this could be a very tough start for the Yankees, and not in the best position right now, as they're already behind 1-0. Again, still doing play-by-play, not quite done yet. Mayhew hits that one the other way. That's a deep fly ball. Yellow by baseball, folks. A leadoff homer from DJ LeMahieu to tie up the game. La Machina has struck again, his 14th homer of the season, which I believe ties the career high for him. So both leadoff hitters have homered, and there you see Torres waving around a towel in appreciation for LeMahieu. Wow. Just like that, we're all tied up. I just said, hey, it might be a problem. He's already down 1-0 against a good pitcher, but just like that, have a tied ball game. No issue there. Yeah, just like, not even a bad pitch. It was fastball, middle outside, and LeMahieu just drove it the other way. So here's Judge, another really good hitter, of course. 96 in the black, 0-1. And slider missed outside, 1-1. Wasn't really a cheap homer, too. Pretty good shot. Fastball right there, now 1-2. And strike three called the inside corner. Nice change it from Marquez. See Rasmus first strikeout. Similar start for both pitchers. The home run, then the strikeout. One away. That fastball missed loaded hits, 1-0. Batting 249 with 9 homers, 30 RBIs, and a 337 on base percentage. And time is called. And 97 on the outside corner. Man, does he throw pretty hard? He was a really good pitcher for the Rockies last year. I think it's the most inning pitched all time in a single season for the Rockies. So, really impressive. Swings through that slider. Now 1-2. So this is pretty sharp since giving off the leadoff homer to LeMahieu. Be interesting to see if both pitchers can get together after their early blemish. And fastball misses outside, 2-2. Wow. That's cool fact. I'm going to write that down. Let me just write it down really quick and I'll announce it. And that ball is high ball 4, so hit Swartz a 1-out walk. Some pretty nasty pitches from Marquez, but Hitz was able to lay off. But essentially what it was, that was the first time the Yankees leadoff guy and the opposing leadoff guy have homered in over like 60 years, which is insane. So, yeah, it's pretty wild. We're seeing some cool history right here with Mayhew and Blackman. Here's Edwin Encarnacion looking for his 30th homer. So last 7 seasons, he had 30-plus homers, and definitely very close to an eighth. Another throw to first, hits back in there in time. And fastball missed outside. Looks like they got crossed up. It hits to a bat flip on his walk. That's pretty funny. You don't see too many guys do that. Yeah, they said that Didi was telling him you got to stop with the bat flips. I said, like, yeah, maybe. This is heard O'Neill say that's swag on ball 4. He's like 50 years old or something, which is pretty funny. Dribbled over to third. Be a tough play for Arenado, and fires on the run in time. I mean, he's one of the best third basemen in baseball, so of course he has that down packed. So 2 away, and Hitz advances to second base as the only player was at first. Gardner has a day off today, by the way, as Tauchman is playing left field. I think Gardner was like the only guy who did not join the hit parade yesterday. He did get on base, but he was like 0 for 3 with a walk and a couple strikeouts. It's not the best day from him, and he has a hot day today, and he's like 35, so why not give him a day off? Changeup's low 1-0 to Sanchez. Back in there today as Romine was catching yesterday's game. He had, I think, 3 RBIs yesterday, so he was doing very well. Sorry, he had 3 hits and an RBI and a stolen base, actually. And I can't remember the last time the Yankees had someone with a stolen base. And slider a dirt, nice block by Walters behind the plate. Just about done. Under 5-game win streak, the Yankees have 7.6 runs per game, a .299 batting average, 9 homers, 357 runners in scoring position, a 2.60 ERA. So they have nothing short of dominant. It's the final 3 games against the Rays and looking for their 6th straight victory in a sweep here against the Rockies. Also, fun fact, a couple of Yankees are getting into the Hall of Fame today, and Mariano Rivera and Mike Messina. Other guys who are getting in are Roy Halladay, Lee Smith, Harold Baines. I think there's one more. I think Chipper Jones as well. Yeah. I think it's Chipper Jones, I believe. There's definitely one I forgot. Should know that since I did at one point know all the Hall of Famers. But probably know most of them still. So right now it's a 2-2 count to Sanchez. He's batting 5th in the Yankees order. I never gave the defensive positioning for the Rockies. It's Blackmon in right field. Story at shortstop, Arenado at third, Murphy at first, Ian Desmond in center field, David Dahl in left, Ryan McMahon at second. Chris Iannetta is DHing and Tony Walters catching. Of course, Herman Marquez on the mound. You get the Yankees' defensive positioning. Next time we see in the field, which will be the next half inning, of course. Sanchez taps that one to third. And now hops, fires the first in time, and guns out Sanchez by a step. Under control the entire time, though. What Yankees do retie the ball game as LeMahieu hits a solo homer and Strand won. A 1-1 ball game as we head to the top of the second. So we are back. one of the questions was, because Mario Rivera is unanimous Hall of Famer, the first one ever, said that the only one in the majors that this one guy thought on Twitter is Mike Trout, and I would agree with that because he's already like top 100 in WAR and wins above replacement in his first like 8 years, which is ridiculous, and he's probably going to win his third MVP this year, so definitely can see that happening. Desmond fouls that one back, now behind 0-2. Batting .272 with 12 homers, 49 RBIs, and a .324 on base percentage, so not that bad of a season offensively. But I bet you, because of his defense, because of him playing at Coors Field, he's probably not valued that high, at least according to WAR. Or even valued that high offensively, to be honest. I mean, it's a nice offensive season, but it's not crazy. Yeah, Trout's already an 8-time All-Star through his first 9 seasons, which is ridiculous. And his first season, he was like a September call-up or something, so no way he's going to be an All-Star then. So that last ball missed in the dirt. So now it's a 2-2 count to Desmond, playing center field today. Kind of like he actually dropped a fly ball earlier. Actually, he slid in front of one and swings through that slider, so Patson notches his second strikeout of the day and first out of the inning. But yeah, Desmond. So I was saying something about Desmond. Oh yeah, he dropped like a fly ball yesterday. He like slid for a ball, but he slid it right in front of the ball and it just dunked in front of him. Here's David Dahl batting .301 with 13 homers, 54 RBIs. He was an All-Star this year for the National League, his first All-Star, and he also has double-digit steals, so has potential to be a 2020 player. And I think just his third season, which is pretty impressive. Here's the 0-1. And slider in there for strike 2. His last 3 starts, Patson's done very well. He's 0 with a 2.50 ERA, 21 strikeouts to 4 walks, and a 54.2 ground ball percentage. So hopefully he'll keep pitching like that. He swings through that slider, so Patson has back-to-back strikeouts to start off the inning. Both of them swinging. And both Desmond and Dahl are way out in front of the pitch, so really good disparity between the fastball-slider combo. It's like a 10-mile-per-hour difference, and it sinks, and it looks like a fastball coming out of the hand, so it's a really nasty pitch for Patson. Here's Mac Mahone, the second baseman, batting from the left side. Takes a slider in there for strike 1. I know he throws a cut fastball as well. At least I think he does. Ball dribble to first. Voigt has it. And steps on the bag himself. And a nice 1-2-3 in for Patson as we head to the bottom of the second.
It was so good, 6 words you never understood. I'll never let you go, 5 words you never say. I laugh alone like nothing's wrong. 4 days has never been so long. 3's a crowd and 2 was left, 1 slipped away. I just wanna make you feel okay. But all you do is look the other way. I can tell you how much I wish I didn't stay. I just kinda wish you would get. Is there a reason we're not through? Is there a 12-step just for you? Our conversation all in blue. I live in haze. thin fingers tearing out my hair 9 times. You never made it there. I ate alone at 7, you were 6 minutes away. How am I supposed to make you feel okay when all you do is walk the other way? I can't tell you how much I wish I didn't want to stay. I just kinda wish you were gay to spare my pride, to give your lack of interest an explanation. Don't say I'm not your type, just say that I'm not your preferred.
So we are back. Oh, I forgot to get the Yankees position. Well, I'll just do that anyway, even though they're batting right now. Yankees playing third judge in right field. Hits in center, Encarnacion as DH. Sanchez catching Gregorius, who's up now at short. Is a fastball on the black, 0-1. Voit playing first, Torres playing second, Tauchman playing left. So Gregorius is the number 6 hitter in his ball game. He takes a changeup low, 1-1. So it's interesting that Voit is in today's game and where he is in the lineup too. So Voit usually is seen as like our kind of like somewhere between our first 5 hitters, and Judge's injuries playing second, when Hicks was injuries playing batting third, and all that stuff. His is meanwhile Gregorius has done really well, batting .313 in his last 5 games, 5 for 16. He just showed that stat up, so I had to say that. But back to Voit. He also got hit by a pitch in the jaw yesterday, and his first thought was, well, I think it's a broken jaw, but I guess it wasn't. He's okay. He's in the lineup today, and I guess he's batting 7th because I think he's been struggling a little bit offensively. But he'll find his way back and just dropping a little bit lower in the order. A high fly ball to left field, and Dahl makes the catch for out number 1. Yeah, the re-showing the pitch where he got hit, where he had the ball go to like his right cheek to his left cheek. He actually stayed in afterwards because his lips were puffy, and the Yankees were already up 9-0, so they just took him out of the game for precautionary reason. And today actually he has the chin mask. He even got a concussion protocol too. Like, it doesn't matter where you got hit in the face, you can still have concussion, of course. He was only sore today. Like, he's a very, very strong guy. And that's a strong jawline right there. So he has a fastball outside at 98. Here's the 1-1. Fastball missed outside, 2-1. He doesn't want to end up injured, so that's why he's wearing the mask now. Doesn't want that to happen again. So joining Stanton with having a face mask like that. Oof. Not a good swing there. Slider was already out of the zone. He whiffed at it. Still having a great season, though, batting .275 with 18 homers, 52 RBIs, and a .390 on-base percentage, so much better than advertised. Bill said he was going to have a sophomore slump, and it wasn't really the real deal. He was going to come down from his pedestal last year, because last year, I mean, he got at .330, having 1,100 OPS, 18 homers in something like 40 games or so, or maybe even less than that, and it was pretty wild. Swings through that slider, and Voit is down on strikes. So once again, he is still struggling a little bit. 2 away. I mean, that was a good pitch from Marquez, too. That struck out Voit. As Torres takes a slider in there for a ball. And that slider's in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, the slider's his best pitch, and he throws it like 86 to 90 miles per hour. You just saw 3 straight sliders. That one missed upstairs, now 2-1. After the Rockies series, it gives playing the Twins, who have been struggling since the All-Star break, and I think the Indians now are, I think, like 3 games back at most. Stores Foul and straight back now 2-2. So if Yankees do well against them, the Indians could be in first place by the end of the series. It's pretty crazy because they were so far out at one point. I think they were like 12 games out. They came all the way back. Under like 16 games over. That ball is lined the other way, but right to the right fielder Blackman. And Yankees are down in order. As we head to the top of the third, we are still tied 1-1.
White shirt, now red, my blood, ain't no sleeping. Yeah, on your tippy toes creeping. Look around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you. Oh, please, I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul, so cynical. So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always a puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce you that type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. I'm the bad guy. I like it when you take control, even if you know that you don't want me. I let you play the role. I'll be your enemy. My mommy likes to sing along with me, but she won't sing the song if she reads all that need be still pity the men I know. So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always a puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce you that type. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
So we are back here in the top of the third. Patson looks to have settled down since the first inning, trying to last 6 batters. And here's Chris Iannetta, DH in the day, and swings through that fastball at 94 in the outside corner. I mean, scouts are already biased to left-handed pitchers because, you know, they're more rare and do well against lefty hitters and all that kind of stuff. So even if they throw 90, they love them. They can mix and match pitches, and it's still really impressive. And they still get scouted well. But Paxton can throw a fastball like 98, 99 miles per hour. So he has the velocity, and he's also a left-handed pitcher, so it's no wonder that he was scouted so highly from the Mariners, and you know they were kind of going downhill. And Yankees did trade a pretty package. They traded James Tuprillion, who was the #1 guy they drafted in like 2015, 2016, something like that. Jorge Mateo, who's like an 80 grade stolen base guy, and one more player as well. Oh, wait, no, that's the A's. Who do they give up for Paxton? I'm gonna look that up. Who do they give up for Paxton? I'm thinking about the trade with the A's for Sonny Gray. It's actually just walked Iannetta as he takes first base. Here is Tony Walters, a left-handed hitting catcher who actually leads the National League in batting average amongst all catchers. I was Justice Sheffield, Eric Swanson, and Dom Thompson Williams. And Swanson and Williams, I don't even think was on the Yankees' top 30 prospect list, or at least not high. Sheffield was high up, but he kind of has a limited ceiling. So the Yankees got Paxton for a pretty good deal. The control too. And ground to first can be a tough play, fired to first, and not in time. And I think that will go down as an error from Voigt. Wasn't able to field the push bunt very well. He backhanded it, kind of. He was trying to maybe angle it towards second, and with that, he had his glove down right away, and it kind of bobbled in and out. Didn't get the out in time. So Walters does not affect his batting, which is sacrifice bunt attempt. Then E3. Kind of a weird scoring for that. We'll just say bunt in E3. It's not a sacrifice bunt because he didn't give himself up. That's a weird way of expressing it. And Paxton calls time. So he's facing off against Blackman again. Who actually is tied with LeMahieu for the most RBIs batting leadoff. So that kind of makes it even more cool that they both homered, kind of in competition with themselves. So guys are George Brenner with 55 RBIs from the leadoff hole, and Max Kepler with 49 RBIs from the leadoff hole. It's actually really cool because Kepler, he's really done well this season. I think he might have been an all-star too. Definitely an all-star against Trevor Bauer, though. He had like 5 consecutive home runs off him, which was really absurd. And it's great power, too, so kind of interesting they have that for batting leadoff. Paxton missed that one badly. Now 2-0 to Blackman. It's a very good eye, so Yankees definitely in some trouble right here. Marquez has settled down, too, so he passed me on top of this game. And yeah, I think Yankees next start, they got to pair a Paxton opener. I mean, it's gone on for too long. It's literally every single time. And swings through that slider. Now 2-1. Good low slider. And it's a really tough pitch for a lefty, that left on left slider. So it comes into your knee and then just keeps diving across the plate. And also looks good because lefties love that lower inside pitch. So that slider that keeps going down, goes in the dirt. Blackman completely whiffed on that one. Trying to go yard again on the last pitch. Here's a 2-1. And fastball missed outside, 3-1. So Paxton is in grave danger of walking the bases loaded. For Trevor Story, who could hit it pretty well himself, a 2020 player last year, I think maybe even a 25-25 player. I mean, 25 homers, 25 stolen bases. Here's a 3-1. That ball is fouled off. Not really what you want to swing it on a 3-1 pitch. 95 on the outside corner. But, hey, Paxton gets a break. Would have been a strike nonetheless, but still, interesting that Blackman went fishing on that pitch. What does he go with here? Does he go with the high fastball or the low slider? I wonder what his third pitch is. Maybe he does have that cut fastball that I was thinking about earlier on. Something low. It's a low slider. He hangs it, and it's lined right to his. And diving attempt, and it bounces in front of him. That will be an RBI. Oh, actually, it gets by. But Paxton covered behind Sanchez. Yeah, I think hit through to Didi, and Didi threw home, not realizing that Ionetta was stationed at third. So, hey, good job by Hitson running in on that hard. He had a very good effort and held the runner up. Now, let's see. Now we just threw it over the cutoff man straight to Sanchez, and it caught by him. And good recovery by Paxton. So bases are juiced for Trevor Story right now. A good job by Hits by getting the ball in despite missing the cutoff man completely. Oh, I think it hit off like the top of the dirt, so it wasn't Sanchez's fault. Where did it hit? Did it hit off the bat? No, it did hit off the bat. Hey, that could be interference if he scored because he left some paraphernalia on the field. Wow, that's pretty bizarre. The bat was literally on the field and the ball hit directly on. I mean, you hardly ever see that. That's pretty funny. So bases are juiced. Story, that's how good he is. 289, 22 homers, 56 RBIs. Is that fastball misses low and outside? Want to know. Nowhere to put him. Fastball misses inside this time. Now 2-0. I think he should just take pitches until the first strike. Because Patson's been a little bit wild this inning. Walking a guy and getting behind in counts. Swings through that fastball. Good job by Patson throwing that fastball in the outside corner, 2-1. We love to see Story get into a non-productive out right here. Average striking out, being a shallow pop-up. Or a line out to infield. I mean, that works too. That ball at 96 is fouled. Straight back now, 2-2. So let's see if Patson goes for the slider here. Keeps bring that fastball upstairs. And swings through the slider. So after 4 straight fastballs, Patson goes to the slider and racks up his 4th strikeout. A big first out. Be huge if Patson could have this, as Herman Marquez has looked really good so far. Besides that solo homer from LeMahieu, which wasn't even a bad pitch. Arenado not that fast either and also makes a lot of contact. And recently, Patson's allowed a lot more ground balls, so the ground ball here, as a result, should be a double play. Big third baseman flew out to center field his last time up. As Patson misses the slider low, 1-0. Pitch count's still looking pretty good at 42 pitches, not bad. A double play would certainly help him out a lot. Arenado this season batting .306, 22 homers, 74 RBIs, with .370 on base percentage. So in addition to his great hitting, which I think transcends the Coors Field effect as he does both well home and away. Also plays really good defense at third base. He's really good at runners in scoring position, kind of like the Rockies' own DJ LeMahieu, batting .425, 9 homers, and 53 RBIs. Maybe for the Yankees, that's like .450 with runners in scoring position. So Arenado not too far from his former teammate. Maybe if you didn't know, originally played second base with the Rockies before signing the Yankees this year. Arenado swings and fouls off that slider. Kind of fouled it off his knee. Ow. Hit the ground first, and he's okay, but definitely doesn't feel too good. It's funny because Machado's now playing third base for the Padres, the same division as Arenado. And he's also putting it over at Clint, so interesting to see who wins the Gold Glove Award over there. The ball's also fouled off against now 2-2. I mean, Machado didn't have too much competition in the American League. I mean, he only had really Josh Donaldson, and now in the National League, he has Turner and Rendon, Donaldson again, although Donaldson's defense is eroding a bit, and Suarez I don't think is bad defensively. And of course, Arenado. So 2-2 count, Patson, very good strikeout pitcher trying to find his Fifth strikeout of the day right here. And fastball missed inside. Did not go, says the first base umpire. Boone says, I think he did. Actually, early in the series, Boone got into an argument with the home plate umpire, Brennan Miller, about balls and strikes, and accidentally bumped into him with his hat. It was only his hat. He didn't shove him or anything, but he still got suspended one game and got fined. And he said, my guys are effing savages in the box. And now it's like a kind of trademark for the Yankees, and everyone's been saying it. Here's the payoff pitch. And lifted high in the air, but foul. Whew. That was fair. That could have been gone. Arenado just in front of that one. Patson lucky he got that one back. That was a hanging slider. A hanging curveball. So, it's like, I don't even know he has a cut fastball. He has that fastball, slider, curveball combo. And he's a lefty, and more lefties are using cutters now, so maybe that's where I thought he had it, but doesn't look like him. Once again, here's the payoff pitch. Why is that one fair down the left field line? This will be extra bases and score at least two. Hoffman throws it in, and Walters will stay at third. So we have Arenado's 2-run double. The Rockies are up 3-1. Yeah, that's really tough right there. I mean, you hang that one pitch, and then you throw a fastball that just didn't get inside enough, and Arenado just lined that one down the line. I mean, not the best idea to go with a fastball right after a slider is out in front. Because then it's perfect, and he gets that one fair. And now it's a 3-1 game, so not the best sequence called by Gary Sanchez. Good job by talking to get in quickly, though. Although Walters is not fast, just by getting it quickly, he kept him up at third. It doesn't help when you're behind and couch and walk. Yankees, who's not the best hitter, batting the eighth hole, excuse me. And Yankees actually led off the inning, and when you lead off an inning with a walk, opposing teams have a 364 batting average against. So that's really tough to face off against. And you always hear the old adage ever since Little League that walks kill, and especially leadoff walks to start off an inning. Like literally, they always say 50% of the time around the score. And that's probably somewhat close to that in the major leagues, at least over 30%. Say 1-0 count to Daniel Murphy. So Rockies looking up a big inning here. Distance themselves from the Yankees right away. A very potent offense. Fouls went off his foot. Now 1-1. You know, it's always cool to see hitters do a couple of unique things. Kind of something not really unique, but something that you're kind of taught as a kid or something you do as a kid. And one of that is that after you miss a pitch, they're like practicing their swing on deck, trying to figure it out, and that's pretty cool. And also Murphy right there asked the umpire if he swung at a strike. So I was always taught that in Little League too, so that's so cool to see a professional do that. And he fouls that one off now, 1-2. Yeah, he doesn't. Well, the second inning was very sharp for Patson. Actually, after the homer was looking very sharp. So really, just after that first batter, he was looking very good until the third, and then started getting behind on counts, hanging pitches. I mean, it's really just that first inning in general. But he sometimes just get beats up, just loses it for that one inning, and it's ridiculous. He doesn't. It's kind of gets behind on counts at times. Counts at first, Boyd's throwing home, and they have Blackman in a rundown. And now 2 runners are on third, and they're going to tag out Blackman. And I guess Murphy will move over to second. So it's always the trailing runner who's out, as Sanchez tagged both guys. So Arenado is out over at third, and Blackman stays at third base. Oh, Murphy didn't go to third. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why Blackman was trying to go there. It's like an easy one-hopper to avoid. Good job by Sanchez to tag both guys. And the umpire at third base knew what he was doing. Pointed to Arenado, said you're out. Pointed to Blackman and said you're safe. So pretty. I mean, I took umpiring courses in Israel, so that's pretty cool to see. It's so weird to write in the score card too, because Arenado doesn't go to third. Kind of just look like it's like bases loaded right now. But there is runners on the corners with 2 outs. Here's Ian Desmond, who struck out swing last time up. Not the best inning, of course, from Paxton, but gets out of here with 2 runs. It's not the worst thing in the world, and you still keep the Yankees in the game. So hopefully can retire Desmond right here. Fastball missed upstairs again, getting behind on counts, and now his pitch count looking pretty bad at 54. He's averaging 18 pitches an inning, which is definitely below average. The average amount of pitches thrown in inning is like 16.6, so it's not too bad, but definitely not great. Might not even get through 6 innings today. And curveball in there for strike 1. Now a 2-1 count to Desmond. Desmond has played on I think that just the Nationals, the Rangers, and the Rockies. And I think after signing, well, he is interesting because he rejected an 8-year, $120 million deal from the Nationals. Rejected a call and offer from them as that fastball misses inside 3-1. And then the only team that signed was the Rangers, who signed him for $8 million. Accepted that, did pretty well for them. I mean, played center field, and of course, like, this defense has always been a problem, even when he was playing shortstop. Signed the Rockies and signed for a 5-year, $70 million deal, so he still won in the end, but he could have gotten a lot more. The Nationals still played his normal position at shortstop, presumably. Fastball misses low, so he walks Desmond. That's his 33rd pitch of the inning. Wow. So the bases once again are loaded. Here's the lefty David Dahl, who also struck out swinging. You still don't have anyone warming up right now. Probably if one more guy comes through, I'll put someone in. And hey, when you look at the Yankees, still 31 games above 500. They have already won the series. Paxton kind of finished the inning or so. I pitched this one more batter before they get ready. Yeah, it's really hard, even at the professional level, to pitch behind an account. Stahl swings through that cutter 0-1. I think he has like 13 homers, 14 stolen bases, so definitely on pace for the 2020 season. Yep, Chad Green is pitching, so he's already have some warming up, probably right after that walk he issued to Desmond. That ball is lofted in the air, and that will get down for a base hit. This should score 2 runs. This has a good arm. He's going to throw straight home and offline. So it is a 2-run single for David Dahl. The Rockies are now at 5-1. They have really broken the game open here in the 3rd inning. I wonder if Green will come in against Mac Mahone. I mean, he is a lefty, so maybe they'll let him pitch to one more batter, but Paxton is really getting teed off right now against the Rockies. Good throw from hits, though. I mean, that one right to Sanchez is offline. Oh, it's actually pronounced McMahon. That's interesting. No, it's the McMahon. Okay. Interesting. He actually almost hit a opposite field home run yesterday and has 10 homers in the season for the Rockies. Rockies in a 3rd inning officially batted around. McMahon is the last batter in the inning. Coming to the plate. And did it hit him? Oh no, fouled into the glove as a chest swing right in there. He's saying his bat hit the glove. And now Bud Black is saying that too. And he's wondering why they're saying it hit the bat. Yeah, no, he definitely hit the glove. It actually never even hit the bat. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely catcher's interference right there. They had catcher's interference a couple of days ago too, so if they do see this, I don't think it's reviewable, and it's not. So it's an 0-2 count. But then Sanchez's, I think, 14th error of the season, which is quite a lot for a catcher. Fouls went off himself, still 0-2. So the Rockies still not finished yet. They have runners on first and second. And good speed on second base, as Desmond has been a 20-20 player for a good amount of years. I mean, Yankees chasing 4 of 6 innings after play, definitely doable. With these 2 runs in, it would definitely help the Rockies. I mean, it's not over until the fat lady sings. So far from being over right now. Strike 3 call in the outside corner. McMahon is probably arguing that the last pitch and then the foul tip. So Patson yells an obscenity into his glove, and the Rockies pick up 4 runs on the 2-run double from Aaron Nola, the 2-run single from David Dahl. They're at 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Day by day, surrender everything, 'cause you made me believe you're mine. Yeah, you used to call me baby, now you're calling me by name. Takes one to know one, yeah, you need me. 1, go. Pushing up, pulling away. Giving it, take. Young love, see you want it. Body is out, and I'm just a dead man walking today. But you need it, yeah, you need it. All of this time, yeah. Young love, see you want me. Back into life, so I'm just a dead man walking tonight. 'Cause I need it, yeah, I need it. All of this time, yeah. One of us gets too drunk, it calls about 100 times. So we've been calling, baby, nobody can save my place. You looking at those strangers, hope to God you see.
Oh, it's Edgar Martinez. That's the guy who I was thinking of. I think Chipper Jones got him last year. Yeah, he did. So it is Martinez. How could I forget him? And then David Ortiz are the best 2 DHs. And yeah, they have Rivera, the shades on. So many people there, so many Yankee fans. Oh, that's great. Well deserved. Best modern day closer, maybe even best closer of all time. Already got Gossage and Wilhelm and Eckersley and Smith are up there too, but I'd still say Rivera is probably the greatest closer of all time. Here's Mike Tauchman, who is making his first plate appearance of the day. He lines that one to left field and diving catch by David Dahl. Wow, what a play. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Herman Marquez, and essentially did a somersault there with the diving catch, then kind of flipped upwards. Flipped to the ground and then right back on his feet. It's a hard hit, and Tauchman really lining the ball to all fields. He's kind of impressed as a hitter as of late. He really didn't do that well in his first stint. He was originally on the 25-man roster, taken off a couple times, but now he's kind of a mainstay while Maben's still injured. So 1 away, and here's LeMahieu with a solo homer to the opposite field. His first at bat. I think he has tied his record also in RBIs in a season already with 68, which is a lot from a leadoff hitter. And he leads the majors with Blackman of 60, which is pretty absurd because you're supposed to kind of more score runs and move the guys over, not necessarily have that many RBIs. Actually, Blackman a few years ago had 100 RBIs in the leadoff role. Like, I think he got him the last day too, which is really impressive. Well, dribble to third. Aaron on the backup, fires, and gets out LeMahieu, who's very used to seeing Aaron have some great plays. Very, very controlled there. Aaron went back to get the better hop. Kind of backpedaled, but fired right away and easily got LeMahieu by, like 3 steps or so. That's how strong his arm is. That's exactly what he was doing over there at third base. 2 away. Here's Aaron Judge, who struck out looking his last time up. Second plate appearance of the day. Yeah, Marquez has done great since the first inning. Went at 40 pitches. They're getting 2 quick outs in the third. And Judge fouls that one back to the screen, 0-1. It's a hot day out today. Remember when I went out a little bit ago? It was 91, but it feels like 101. Like you see right now, actually the same temperature and forecast, 94 degrees and sunny. And I think yesterday was the hottest day in New York since 2011, so pretty brutal over here and amongst other places on the East Coast. Showing some cool stats for Rivera. Postseason 8-1, 42 out of 47 save opportunities. 0.7 ERA, the best amongst anybody in the playoffs with, I guess, that many pitched for the certain criteria, of course. That one was 99. Wow, the ball really jumping out of Marquez's hand on this hot day. Also, 175 opponent batting average against, so just really insane playoff numbers. Same numbers in general, but playoff is just a different story for him. That's 3-1 to Judge. Hey, I mean, we have good power all around this lineup. Let's try to get some runs back right here. And Judge swings through that slider. Now it's a full count. I mentioned this yesterday, too, and Judge really gets into so many full counts. It's ridiculous. He really is a epitome of a 3 true outcomes type of guy. Home run, strikeout, and a walk. Definitely one of the few guys like that. Well, he also just hits pretty well. This time he walks, sliding or dirt. So well-deserved 2-out walk, and here is Hits, who I haven't really seen him get too many hits this year, though he did have a, I think he had a 2 RBI game yesterday on a regular base hit. But he has 9 homers since coming back, which is pretty good. And he walked last time up, so that's a good eye. And hopefully he can cut the Rockies' lead in half right here. And 2-seamer on the outside corner at 0-1. Really good pitch from Marquez. Definitely see some horizontal movement on that one. Here's the 0-1. And curveball in the dirt. A nice stop by Walters. Actually, got by him on the left. And he kind of dove in the dirt and ended up getting the ball in time before Judge would try to advance to second base. So, hey, he's not a bad defensive catcher either. And although he only has a single homer this season, I mean, he's batting like 290 up. I think one of the Rockies catchers from last year is now on the A's. It might be Todd Hundley. We'll check about that. Curveball in there for strike 2. Now a 1-2 count. Todd Hundley was a former Mets guy. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I thought it was him. And swings and misses a slider, throws down his helmet, not happy with himself. So Yankees strand 1 and do not score. Rockies up 5-1 as we head to the 4th. I'll find out who that ace catcher is, though. Oh, it's Nick Hundley. That's who it is. So that was close. That's the former Rockies catcher that's on the A's now. So here's a trivia question. Paul O'Neill was a teammate of Martin Rivera, Mike Messina, and Lee Smith. Who are his other 4 Hall of Fame teammates? Huh. That is interesting. That's pretty cool. 3 of his teammates are in the Hall of Fame this year, but I'll have to think about that one. Fastball missed outside 1-0. So he was, I think he played in, I think his first game was Pete. Oh, wait, Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame, though. But I think his first game, Pete Rose got 4,256 hits. Or, no, he passed Ty Cobb for 4,192 hits. Ended up with 4,256 hits, which is the MLB career high. Anyway, here's Chris Iannetta, who walked and led off a 4-run outburst from the Rockies last inning. Takes a fastball outside, now up in the count 3-0. So O'Neill, I think he debuted in the 80s, so I'm trying to think about, who did he play with? Strike right down the pipe, now 3-1. Oh, know who it might be? It could be Barry Larkin. No, I think Barry Larkin maybe debuted in the 90s. And a high strike, Iannetta threw the bat away. It's now a full count. Maybe I'll think about it more during the break. But yeah, that's an interesting trivia question. Yeah, I think O'Neill just played in the Reds and Yankees. Maybe he played on another team, but yeah, I think that's all. And fastball misses just upstairs, so once again a problem for Patterson, once again allowing a leadoff walk to Iannetta, and had 2 walks last inning. Before this game, Iannetta was over 13 against Patterson with 6 strikeouts. Now he's walked him twice, so let's go after him at that point. I wonder how Iannetta saw him so many times. The Rockies, I think one of their catchers last year, what team was he on in the American League? Maybe the A's? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, so this scored as a sac bunt last time up, not just a bunt attempt. I mean, okay. So sac bunt E3 when Walters was up last time, not just a bunt reached on air. I mean, yes, he moved him over, but he didn't sacrifice anyone. I guess it still would count as a sack bunt, even if in that scenario. Yeah, this makes sense. Wow, 96 on the inside corner. As Walters quickly behind 0-2. And Patterson does have a really cool motto, which I like. In my first 3 pitches, I want to have a batter out or ahead in the count. And for the most part, he has not done that today. So, not really followed his mantra too much, but doing that against Walters right here. And foul tip caught by Sanchez. And Walters is down on strikes. I think he's saying that may have hit the glove. Oh, he's actually saying he hit the dirt first. Let's see once again the Yankees catch a break. No, Sanchez held on. So 1 away. And Patterson gets his 6th strikeout of the day. So, hey, strikeout's still working with him. Again, I think he has a really high walk rate. I'm going to actually look up how high his walk rate is. And half swing, he did go around, says home plate umpire Jason Visconti. I think a relatively new umpire. Remember seeing him last year. Let's see. Passed him. Looking him up on Fangraphs right now, trying to see. Yeah, 3.5 before this game, and only going up. So, yeah, that's not good. And yeah, I did mention in the article that's, I believe, coming out today or tomorrow in Retro Bat. It's from July 8th, but my boss kind of waited a little while to post that one up. It's a fastball missing side, 2-1. Blackman, who has homered to right center field, single to center, and has scored twice. That's an RBI as well. But yeah, my video that I post, or my new article coming up, it's about how the Yankees need a reliever, and they do have a walk problem. You see with Patterson as one of them. I mean, yes, their relievers have a walk problem, so do their starters. So to have someone in the bullpen who can kind of shut down the door, that'd be great. Blackman actually won a batting title a few years back. I forgot about that. He won it in 2017 with a .331 batting average. And including this year, he has made 4 All-Star appearances. And ball lays down the other way into left field. There should be extra bases. And throw to third, and not in time. So Blackman goes to second base. Should be scored a double. Oh, I guess they're scoring a single and goes to second on a throw. I mean, he can hit to all fields, so yeah, just found an open hole on the left side and just went with the pitch. Oh yeah, he definitely went after the throw was ball was thrown to third. So yes, runners on the corner spun out, and this is it for Patterson. Sorry, it's runners on second and third with 1 out, and Chad Green will be entering the game.
I miss the old you, the one that held me down and kinda told the truth. At Warwick every Wednesday, can't control you. Partying with rappers, acting hoes too. You got yourself a singer high. When it was on, we was on fire. Even let you and your girls go with the ghost round town. Draped your head to toe, Gucci ghost, wow. And I never got a single fucking thank you from you. Or I love you, daddy. You ungrateful bitch. The more the baddie, man. I take you out for dinners, take you shopping for them clothes. Before I got so distant and you got so fucking cold, I miss the old you. I miss the old you. I used to hold you. I used to hold you. And let it cost nothing, right? miss the old me. I miss the way I used to be. I miss the old me. And now this just controlling me. It's all your fault, baby. Still reaching for the hand. Never got a single fucking thank you from you. Oh, I love you, daddy. You ungrateful bitch. The more the baddie, man. I take you out for dinners, take you shopping for them clothes. Before I got so rich and couldn't trust none of these hoes, I miss her only. I miss her only.
Oh, here's the answer to that trivia question about who Paul O'Neill played with. I wish it was going to be in the half inning so I would have time to think about it. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's Barry Larkin. Oh, I was right. Wade Boggs and Tim Raines. Wow. And Tony Perez of the Reds. Okay, so all of them make sense. Yeah, all of that makes sense. Here's Patson's final line, by the way. In 3 1/3 innings, he has allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. His line's unfinished yet. He still gave up more, so runners on second and third. So in for Patson is Chad Green, who don't look too hard as numbers, but he's a 4.91 ERA, had 46 hits and has 48 strikeouts. Only given 8 walks, though, which is pretty good. But really had a rough couple of months in April and May, but since then he's been phenomenal and really been back to form. That fastball misses way outside, 1-1. So Rockies in good position to add on this inning. The field is in. That's a high fly ball. That'll be at least 1 run, and Hitz is unable to get there. It'll bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. So with that, the Rockies are now up 7-1. And now Patson's line is complete. Let's see, basically the same thing what I said, but giving up 7 runs, 4 of them earned. So a really bad day for Paxton. And that was a really nice shot by Story, who started the last 2 times and now cashed in here. Still not over yet. I know it looks really bad for the Yankees, but I'm telling you, they are very capable of scoring 6 runs in the next 6 innings of play. There's 6 chances they have at the very least. There now takes a fastball outside, 0-1. Wow. And so this is Arenado's 7th season. His first 6, he has 6 gold gloves. He signed for an 8-year, $260 million extension with the Rockies in the offseason. So really a great player for the Rockies. Definitely their best player. Ichiro's the only one with more consecutive years to win a gold glove to start off their major league career. He had 10 straight. 2001 and 2010. High pop-up. Right there is Voit backpedaling, and he'll make the catch. And throws all the way to third. Not actually a perfect throw, so good job by him. Story holds there at second. So Daniel Murphy is now up. He has popped out to second, reached on a fielder's choice, and later scored. Having 286, 9 homers, 49 RPIs, and a 337 on base percentage. Actually, Murphy didn't necessarily place a Mayhew at second base for the Rockies, as he's been playing first base for the most part. And then we have Ryan McMahon and I think Garrett Hampson. I believe that's his name. Something close to that. Platooning at second base. And they definitely have been amounted to what Mayhew has contributed for the Yankees this year. Very well could be his best year. A He might even be top 5 in MVP voting. Not too many guys are really up there. Maybe Springer, Sanchez, Mayhew, Trout, of course, is probably going to win it. Blanco, Rosario, I don't know, people like that. And here's the 0-2. Let's see if Green have this. And 97 top of the zone as Murphy fouls the one back. Still 0-2. So Green was not able to hold the fort right away. So gave up right as he gave him a 2-run double just as he entered the game. So not really helping that the Yankees are passing on that part, although they still are passing some hair to the runners. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missed upstairs. Good take from Murphy. The right idea from Sanchez and Green to go higher than high, but Murphy, a very patient hitter, did not budge. I think he's a decent 9. I mean, he's a really good contact hitter. So I don't think he draws too many walks. And slider just missed low. Did not miss by much. And Sanchez tried to frame that ball pretty well, having that quiet glove. So that slider gets wrecked when it's done. That high fastball, and Murphy drives it one deep. And nice running catch by Judge. Wow, robbing an extra base hit. So the Rockies are finally retired, but not before Story hits a 2-run double. And they're up 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. I think he's due up.
Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something greater. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history. Light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day, we wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up. Today, complicated. I'm tied up, no more love, and I hate to see you waiting. Got to have she's the first time that I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have time, but I always had a vision. Always had
We are back. We did miss one pitch. I do apologize about that. It's an 0-1 count to Eddie Encarnacion, as John Sterling likes to call him. Grounds that one foul, now quickly behind 0-2. So Marquez, who only has thrown 50 pitches in the first 3 innings, which is pretty good. And there's a reason why he does lead the Rockies in innings pitched, and last year he threw 230 of them or so. As he strikes out Encarnacion on 3 pitches there on a nasty slider. Never got in the Hall of Fame today is Mike Messina, who in 18 seasons, 10 with the Orioles, 8 with the Yankees, a 5-time All-Star, 7 Gold Gloves, 270 and 153 record, and a 3.68 ERA. He won 20 games for the first time in his last season. So he's inducted into the Hall of Fame today. With one away, here is Gary Sanchez batting .239, 24 homers, 58 RBIs, and a .311 on-base percentage. He hits that one right into the shift, right to McMahon, who is playing right up the middle. So 2 quick outs for Herman Marquez, 2 away. Yeah, the only blemish in Marquez's day is that solo shot that he gave up to LeMahieu. Yankees haven't had a hit since. And as I said, Marquez is really good on the road. He's also top 5 in innings pitched this year of 130 of them. They're definitely up there, at least maybe top 5 in the NL. There's a fastball right down the pipe 0-1 to G. Gregorius, who flew out to left last time. Yankees, like I said, the Rockies' bullpen is spent. They have enough offense to come back 6 runs down. As that fastball misses upstairs 1-1. But they're going to get started on that if they are trying to win right now. Lines that one foul. And out of play. Wow, yeah. Struck out batters at a higher rate, but definitely had some better years with the Orioles. Still did very well for the Yankees, of course. A career .388 ERA, 123 and 72 split. Has popped up, and Marquez should have a 1-2-3 inning. There is David Dahl, who makes the catch. And Yankees go down 1-2-3. Marquez has retired the last 4 batters. The Rockies still up 7-1 as we head to the top of the 5th.
Gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive. And the world turning inside out. Yeah. Floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Cause I'm having a good time, shoots up to the sky like a tiger, flying through walls of gravity. Admiration, passing by like Lady Diana. I'm gonna go, there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, 200 degrees, the sun and coming with the Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Stop me now. Have a good time. Don't stop me now. Have a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. I'm out of control, I'm a sense of ready to reload. I get out of my battle. Explode. I'm burning through the sky. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm making a supersonic woman of you.
So we are back. Let's start at the top of the 5th. Whenever games across the league, the Red Sox, I think, are losing 4-0 to the Orioles. Trey Mancini does have a 2-homer day. Easily their best player. He kind of got snubbed of an all-star, if you ask me. The only all-star representing the Orioles was Johnny Means. He's also been very good for them. Really good left-handed relief pitcher for the Orioles. But Mancini should have been an all-star for them. Definitely a very good outfitter for the Orioles. Fastball right down the pipe, 0-1 to Ian Desmond, who has struck out, swinging, and walked. So, hasn't made contact with the ball, at least in fair territory. Here's the 0-1. Ball rolled over to short. G fires on the run in time. 1 away. So here is David Dahl. Is it Daniel Dahl or David Dahl? He struck out and singled to center. No, it's a high fly ball, but it'll go foul and out of play. Right side 0-1. It's a loud first pitch for the Rockies. Or forever, David Dahl. Ooh, that hits him right in the hands. That's kind of revenge for Luke Voigt the other day. One of the Rockies will see that as an imminent threat. That fastball, yeah, hit him on like the elbow here. Yikes, watch out. As my buddy Dallas would say in Israel, wash your lips, hot soup. Meaning that if a high fastball, a hard fastball coming in, or a hard line drive, better watch your face. Try to avoid getting hit. So runner on first now. Here is Ryan McMahon. Sanchez blasts the ball in front, 1-0. McMahon has ground outs at first and struck out looking. That was a pretty crazy at bat because he actually hit Gary Sanchez's glove on the swing. It would have been catcher's interference, and he would have been awarded first base, and the inning would have continued. But instead, the umpire didn't see it. It's non-reviewable, and a borderline call to strike it on the next pitch, or next 2 pitches, actually. So, man, swings through that one. It counts even up at 1-1. So despite the Rockies already being up by 6 runs, I mean, it doesn't help if they have extra padding, exactly what McMahon and the Rockies are looking for right now. Here's a fastball upstairs now, 2-1. It's pretty baby-faced, kind of like LeMahieu for the Rockies. Unlike other people on the team, does not have any facial hair. Kind of interesting for a West Coast team. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. That was at 96 from Green. He really dialed up there. I think he's even gotten to, maybe has even gotten to 100 before, but kind of throws from like 94 to 97. Here's a 3-1. That ball skied the other way, but foul. That one was at 97, so we're just talking about that. A full count to McMahon. So it does seem like McMahon does get the most of the starting opportunity for the Rockies at second base. He's a left-handed hitter, too. And even though Patson is a left-handed pitcher, McMahon still got the starting nod. Runner goes and throw is not made, so a stolen base for David Dahl. As McMahon is down on the stretch for the second straight time. Now there are 2 away. And a really good jump. Kind of close to first base, took a kind of shuffled and then went. As Sanchez unable to make the throw because of a poor transfer. These are really, really bad with runners stealing. I think they only have like 20% of them caught, which ranks pretty low in the league. And Ian does go around on that one. He's unable to hold up 0-1. Has walked twice and scored twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Both times leading off the inning with a walk and really helping out his team. Slider missed low. That was an 89. That's a hard slider right there. It's insane how your secondary pitches can almost be 90 miles per hour. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. Maybe he threw a fastball at 95, which is also impressive to begin with, but he certainly didn't have a secondary pitch that was in the 90s as well. Yeah, fouls that one off at 96. Behind the count 1-2. This will probably be Green's last inning, as he's at 25 pitches right now. We don't want him out for too long, but he will probably not be pitching tomorrow against the Twins. I'm pretty sure the Yankees do travel to Minnesota. Green holds set, lifts, and fires. 98, just missed outside. So there's a 98 to 100 that I was talking about that can sometimes get to. And, when you're trying to pitch your final pitch of the day, sometimes you try to dial in a little bit more. Exactly what Green did right there. Still located pretty well. Not a bad 1-2 pitch. Here's the 2-2. Fastball missed outside. This one at 97. So a full count. And dog will be going on contact as there are 2 away. So a single here by Iannetta should be able to score him. Here's the pitch. And swings through the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Green gets the second strikeout. And the Rockies strand 1 and do not score. Up 7-1 as we hit to the bottom of the 5th.
Head underwater, and they tell me to breathe easy for a while. The breathing gets harder, even I know that. Made room for me, it's too soon to see if I'm happy in your head. Unusually hard to hold on to. Next there's that blank pages, no easy way to say this. You mean well, but you make this hard on me. I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you asked for it, cause you need one. Do you see? I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you tell me it's make or break, and then you go on your way. I'm not gonna write you to stay. All you have is giving up, need a better reason to write you a love song today. I learned the hard way that they all say things you wanna hear. My heavy heart says deep down under you, and your twisted words, your help just hurts. You are not what I thought you were. Hello to high and dry. Convince me to please you. Make me think that I need this too. I'm trying to let you.
These are still being one-hitted by Domingo Germán. Sorry, Germán Marquez. Both guys have Germán in their name. He's only thrown 58 pitches in 4 innings. Wow. So he is doing really well right now and no sign of stopping. The first hit of the game, as I mentioned, was from LeMahieu, and that was the first batter of the game too. So it's really been shut down today after an 11-run outburst yesterday and 8 runs in the game 1. That's baseball for you. Fastball missed outside, 1-0. But still have some guys swing the bat well, and not sure avoiding Torres haven't been swinging the bat well, but still guys who can hit well. Torres did have a good day yesterday. Went 3 for 4, a couple of RBIs. So hopefully he's starting to have some things click for him second half. So 1-1 count to Luke Voigt, who struck out the swing last time up. Does have a very high strikeout percentage. That's a high fly ball, but right to Desmond, route number 1. Like, really get off the bat. So here is Gleyber Torres, who lined out to right field last time up. And curveball in there for strike 1. Actually, no, slider, excuse me. Maybe a curveball. That was at 83. The slider usually goes from 86 to 90, so maybe it was a curveball. And breaking pitch hits the high inside corner 0-2. Torres didn't think that was a strike. The Orioles' Asher Wojciechowski has a no-hitter through 6 innings right now against the Red Sox. A high fly ball, deep right field. This one's trouble. And Blackmon makes the jumping grab. Route number 2. Seemed to be under control the whole time, but it was definitely a deep fly ball. Their jumping catch at the well did not rob a home run. Yeah, it wasn't really necessary to jump for it. But very close to being out. Missed by a couple of feet. So both times Torres having some hard hits the other way. So 2 away. Now here is Tauchman, who lined out to left. Takes a fastball in there for strike 1 at 95. I want to see what Voigt's strikeout percentage is. I'll find that out in a second. As Tauchman takes a slide near dirt 101. That slider hits the top of the zone. Tauchman didn't think so, but not his call. Now a 1-2 count. And slider in dirt. Now a 2-2 count to Tauchman. .4%. That's his K percentage. That is very high. I think Major League average is like 22 to 23, so Voigt's certainly up there with it. And that ball is fouled off now, 2-2. How many years did Voigt play for the Cardinals in the big leagues? Oh, so since 2017, okay. But still, really only his second or third year of playing Major League Baseball. And because of that, he's pre-arbitration right now. I think next year is first. He's getting paid about $573,000. And that's a high fly ball, deep right field. Yalabai baseball, folks. Mike Tauchman has just homered. Second homer for the Yankees today, and Tauchman's 6th homer of the year. So that hopefully can get some things going for the Yankees. Prove that Marquez is not impenetrable. And now the Yankees trail 7-2. Hey, we still have this inning and 4 more to try to tie things up at the very least, so we're not out of it. We're the New York Yankees. We can come back in this ball game. Let's get that sweep. It brings him back to the top of the order now, DJ LeMahieu. That home run was like a line drive home run from Tauchman. Didn't get too much airtime. Yeah, definitely a Yankee Stadium home run. So maybe Hugh Fouslin off behind the bat stop. 0-1. Gardner's actually scratching today's lineup for left knee soreness. And actually, Maben is now getting a rehab assignment in AAA. They will start that tomorrow. He was a really good player for us before he got hurt. Nice blend of power and speed and a good defender as well. Fastball on the outside, 1-1. And it's interesting because Yankees kind of rather go with the good defensive guy and speed combo rather than have Frazier on the 25-man roster. I don't believe he's injured. High chopper to short. Story throws on the run in time. And the Yankees are retired, but not before a solo shot from Tauchman. Yankees now trail 7-2 as we head to the 6th.
I like Dragon Ball. I like King Crow. And I like applesauce. I like a lot of things. And I think I'm pretty cool. But nothing's cooler than just being you. As I talk to myself in my room, I can't help but to smile, babe. Cause I finally feel like myself. I ain't felt that in a while, babe. I don't know who she is, where she from. All I know is that she fine, babe. And I think I'm in love with someone that I made up in my mind, babe. She's a bad man pajama, straight up out of Indiana. Got that perfect little twang when she talk. And that attitude Atlanta girl is driving me bananas. Got that perfect little swing when she walk. That girl is mighty fine. I wish that I could make her mine. I'll be waking up soon. I'm always running out of time. That girl lives in my dreams. I'm perfect, could she be? And what are the odds that she would fall in love with me? Oh yeah. Oh, she's sweet as applesauce. Yeah, she's sweet as sugar cane. I don't even do a thing. Really only ever been an inconvenience. Spend a whole lot of time feeling decent. All times happen for a reason. So wake me up, man, I swear that I'm dreaming. And grass stains on the blue jeans. White stripes on the table in the movie. When that's a 45 with a full speed. Too good to be true, could fool me. And as I pass through the door frame, see you there, curly hair, girl, I'm so amazed. So assured that the feeling goes both ways. Could be wrong and then we could go our own way. And I can't help but to see her. Little dress on the girls wanna be her.
So tomorrow, as I mentioned, the Yankees will be playing the Twins. It'll be CC versus Martin Perez. And Green's still in there. Wow. So they're just going to burn Green like that. I won't be able to pitch for a couple of days. Maybe they have someone warming up and they just want him to get Walters. Actually, yeah, they do have Ottavino warming up, so okay. Just to get out this batter. He has only thrown an inning in 2/3, so maybe just get that full 2 innings in. I don't know. Why do that when he's already at 28 pitches? You're just going to burn him for another day. Slider, really good slider in there for strike 2 for Walters, who has reached on a sacrifice bunt and E3, and also struck out. He later scored after reaching on the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-2, and swings through that, actually foul tips that 96-mile-per-hour fastball, went away. So Green has struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. Wonder if this will be it for him right here. Already at 31 pitches. Definitely won't be pitching for tomorrow. That's for sure, unless it's like some crazy extra inning game. Here's Charlie Blackmon, who's reached all 3 times, had a hit all 3 times, and scored all 3 times. Homer to right center. Signal to center and signal to left. Yeah, that was to left field, not right field. I don't know why I put that down. He raised his batting average up to 318 now. So I think Blackmon has one of the craziest splits between home and road in baseball. I think at home he's batting over 400. On the road he's batting under 250, but certainly not acting like that today. He's done very well at the plate. Here comes the 1-1. And swings through that 97 mile per hour fastball, now 1-2. I think Green is actually, I guess, better against lefties than Ottavino. I guess that must be where it comes from. He's warming up the pen now. We're obviously birding Green for a day or two. I mean, he's against two back-to-back lefty hitters, so maybe that's the reason. High fly ball, deep left field. Talkman is there to make the catch on the warning track out number 2. So a good ride for Blackmon, but he is retired for the first time today. Now 2 away. So that will be it for Green at 35 pitches. Did pretty well in 2 innings and a third. He did give up that 1 hit, which cost Yankees 2 runs, but wasn't his own. And Ottavino will come in place for him, so we'll go on another break.
Are done. Keeping it on till the day stays strong. Rolling till the nighttime blazes on. All along I keep singing my song. I say, this phase is always. Sometimes I get so dazed, but just know that I'll always stay. Start my life through the haze. Time for a champion, through the soul of the land. Then the heart from the sea and sand, till the sun comes up again. Time for a champion, through the soul of the land. Then the heart from the sea and the sand, till the sun comes up again. Reach for the sky, keep your eye on the prize. Forever in my mind, be my goal, sunshine. Waiting in your mind, so put them clouds aside. Forever by my side, be my goal, sunshine. Sunset, I let myself down the ground beneath my feet gone. No more words with bits speak. From that day my song was born. Never meant to leave you all alone. Said I'd be a shelter from the storm. Now your clothes have all been torn. Kingdoms tracked, attacked, and dethroned. Stop for a champion, through the soul of the land. And the heart from the sea and sand, till the sun comes up again. Time for a champion, through the soul of the land. And the heart from the sea and the sand, till the sun comes up again. Reach for the sky, keep your eye on the prize. Forever in my mind, be my gold sunshine. Waiting.
So here is Adam Ottavino, who's been excellent for us this year. In 43 and a third innings, he has a 1.66 ERA and has 61 strikeouts. Wow. He has given up 28 hits, which is very good, but also given up 27 walks, which is utterly insane. Let's see how many walks it is per innings pitch. So if I do the calculations right, 27 and 41.333. As that fastball missed inside 1-0 to Trevor Story, who doubled in 2 last time up and has struck you out twice in today's ball game. Slider really dirty but missed outside 2-0. Kind of almost too nasty as pitches are sometimes, and it goes out of his strike zone quite often. 5.88 watts per night. What the MLB averages for pitchers, it's something like 2-6 or something like that. That's really bad, like horrendously bad. And despite all through that, he has a really good ERA. His FIP is ridiculous. His FIP takes in consideration what pitchers can do on their own, like walks and strikeouts, hits batsmen and home runs. That ball is ripped down the left field line, and it will get down for extra bases. So Story has got another double. It's now 2 for 4 in today's ballgame. So here's Nolan Arenado, who doubled in 2 back in the 3rd inning. He also flied out to center field and has popped out to first base. One of the, I think, about top 10 in baseball in RBIs. 76 including today's game. He's had a couple of years where he's had 40 homers and 130 RBIs, and this year could be another one of them. So runner in second. Rockies looking to get that run back that Marquez gave up last frame. Only the second hit the Yankees have had today, that being Tauchman's homer, and the other one being DJ LeMahieu's homer back in the first. So when they've gotten a hit, they've made it count. It's funny, because yesterday scored 11 runs without the homer. They scored their only 2 runs via the homer. So pretty funny. Wow, nasty two-seam fastball at 95, the outside corner 0-2. That two-seam is filthy. It's like a video game two-seam. Slider, I swear to you, is one of the nastiest sliders I've ever seen in my life. If you have not seen Ottavino pitch, you just got to look at it. Like, it's literally like a frisbee slider. And like 83 to 87 miles per hour. Just falls off the table. Two-seam runs in, but Arenado stays alive, 0-2. We're a few minutes away from the 2-hour mark. Not even in the 7th inning yet. Usually, if you're at the top of the 7th inning, it's been about 2 hours of baseball. So a very slow game. And Yankees are presumably probably going to be batting in the bottom of the 9th. Up it just lagged. Let's see what happened. Oh, he struck out swing. Okay. Yeah, kind of lagged past that. So the Rockies strand 1, pick the hit, and do not score. Hit their 7-2 lead into the bottom of the 6th. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to put on music. My bad. But we are back anyway. Here's Aaron Judge to lead us off, hopefully. For middle of the order up, 2, 3, 4 guys. Judge hits Encarnacion and Sanchez. So hopefully we can have a big inning right here. Marquez still in there. I think he has a relatively low pitch count. I think he's only in the 70s or so. So might be able to pitch 7 innings. Definitely help out the Rockies bullpen, which got utterly plastered by the Yankees first 2 games. It's at 73 pitches. Is that slider missed upstairs? I want to know. Judge has struck out looking and walked. He is one of 4 Yankees to reach base today, which is Mayhew, Hicks himself, and Talkman. And here's the 1-0. Fastball missed outside, 2-0. I mean, it's interesting is, although Marquez probably gets a good amount of runs in Coors Field, and that's why his ERA is so high, even though he's pretty good on the road. That ball threw into a vacated hole in the right field. And that is the first non-homer base hit for the Yankees today. And hopefully we can get something started right here. Really towers over Murphy, who's also 6 feet tall. Or above 6 feet. 6 feet and above, for sure. It's even funnier when you see Judge and Altuve stand next to each other when they play the Astros. Which happens every now and again. Yeah, I mean, even if Marquez, yeah, well, I could say either way, but even if Marquez gives up 4 runs in 7 innings at Coors Field, that's pretty good. That's pretty good considering opponents usually score 7 runs a game there. So, he probably hasn't been too bad for them. I could even look up what his WAR is, which I'm sure is not too bad. Probably not great. Probably not as good as last year. Let's see. Last year at a 4.2 WAR, and this year's 2.6. Actually, that's very good. Last year at a 3.77 ERA. This year's a 5.12 ERA. His FIP, though, which I explained, is based on home runs, walks, strikeouts. Doesn't involve the defense, so hit by pitches included as well. Say fastball in there at 94, 101. But yeah, even though he has a 5.12 ERA, I mean, he's pitched pretty well. That was a really nice 2-seamer. That looks like it's trying to hit his knee and just went right back in there, down the inside corner. Always important if you're pitching from the opposite side to throw inside fastball. Take command of that area. As Rosa went over to second at 1 play, and that's at first base. Good job by McMahon not trying to get the lead runner. So he may have not had a chance. It's meant him moving away from second base. So went away. Judge is on second base. He has a runner in scoring position. Like the Yankees don't necessarily need to put up like a 5 spot right here, but they do need to score some runs. So even just 1 run, I mean, it's better than nothing. We can still be relatively close in this ballgame. And here's Encarnacion, who has ground to third and struck out swing. He lifts at that slider, really awful swing you have right there, now 0-1. Batting .222 with 29 homers, 70 RBIs, and a .330 on base percentage. So the average, definitely below average, no pun intended. Well, maybe kind of intended. On base percentage, right about league average. As that slider misses in the dirt 101. But home runs and RBIs, I mean, he's doing really well in that department. He has the most homers and RBIs since 2012. He has something like 800 plus RBIs since 2012 and like over 200 homers. Has to be. That ball's hit up the middle. Can be a tough play for McMahon. Throws over to first and in time. Wow. He made that look very routine over there at second base. That was a very nice play. hit up the middle and pass the second base bag. I mean, he was already playing pretty close, just off the right-hand side of second base, but still, nice backhand firing the run and got Encarnacion easily. So as a result, this ball being behind him, Judge moves over to third base, and the base hit right here will drive him in. Here is Gary Sanchez, who is grounded out to third and lining out to second. Hit that last ball, Sanchez said, is right up the middle, but McMahon was right there playing the shift. So hopefully rewarded for his efforts this time around. Has not had a good start to the second half. The average keeps coming down. And hasn't had too many runs and home runs or RBIs. That slider missed outside 1-0. So funny because there's such a small percentage of baseball players in the world who can throw 90 miles per hour and then do that with several pitches and have movement on it. I mean, that's just mind-boggling to me. Like, look at that one. That's at 98, top of the zone. How do you throw 98? It's absurd. Growing up, I mean, Verlander was insane for throwing 100. And there weren't really too many guys like him. Him, Neftali Feliz, that's really it. Strasburg, Shocker kind of started off that new wave. Sanchez taps it one to first. Murphy drops it, but then fires to Marquez in time. Sanchez not that fast. So the Yankees strand one on a base hit from Judge and do not score. Rockies up 7-2 as we head to the top of the seventh.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I'm sad, eyes, unless you're ready to let go. You decide if you ever gonna let me go. Yeah, suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I'm sad, I gave her everything, she took my heart and left me empty. Everything broken, heart contentious. I won't fix, I'd rather read. I'm lost and I'm found, but it's torture being in love. I love when you're around, but I fucking hate when you leave. I unless you're ready to let go. You decide if you ever gonna let me go. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and I'm sad and I unless you're ready to let go. You decide if you ever gonna let me go. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and I'm sad and
So we are back. Find my pen really quick. There it is. I wonder if Ottavino's still going to be in the game. Maybe just face that one batter, get some work in. Harpley is warming up. I think he closed out the game when we're up 8-2. Yep, that's true. Didn't actually get the save, of course, but he helped end the ball game. So here is Daniel Murphy. He's over 3 in the day. Tell you what he's done. He has popped out the second. This time, right there is Talk. Oh, wow. Topman's unable to get there. It'll drop down for a base hit. Kind of in between Hits and Talkman. Talkman ran over and just kind of missed it. And just went past him. As Hits thought he had the ball, kind of went behind him, and yeah, wow. That was really poor defense by the Yankees right there. He wasn't really even close to it. This is by a few feet. I mean, as a center fielder, if this is an in-between play, you got to call him off. So, I think Talkman did whatever he could there. I think that's more on Hits. He could have dove for it, but still. So Murphy is on with his first hit of the day, leadoff single for the Rockies. Grounded over to Mayhew. And they turn a double play. Wow. That was interesting. Wow. Desmond runs pretty well. I wonder if they'll turn two. That's why I was surprised. Oh, I think he is out, yeah. Still wonder if the Rockies will challenge it. There's a high chopper to LeMahieu. Flipped to second, and Torres didn't have that great of a turn. And after a double play, we'll have Tarpley face the lefty David Dahl. Gee, 3 of the next 4 guys are lefties, so no wonder. And we'll go back to playing music. We are back. Tarpley's against Dahl, and he fouls, went off to the left-hand side, 0-1. So Tarpley has a 7.30 ERA and 12.1 innings pitched. Has 18 strikeouts, 13 hits, 5 walks. So, despite the ERA, not too bad of numbers. He did well against the Rockies last time out. I think he threw a scoreless inning. So, he will probably pitch this inning, maybe the next one too. And here's the 0-2 to Dahl. Taps that one to third. It's a fair ball, and that would be a base hit. Ball runs too well, but LeMahieu was too far off the third base bag, playing with the shift. So Bell reaches an infield single. He is 2 for 3 today now. Was struck out, single to center. A 2-run single, hit by pitch, stolen base, single to third. And Yankees are reminiscing right now of Mariano Rivera top highlights, and that includes his last game where Pettit and Jeter took him out of the game. He was crying in Pettit's arms, and they asked him also the Hall of Fame today, do you regret anything about your career? He says, no, nothing. Wouldn't have changed it. So really good to hear. I'm so happy that I got inducted this year and today, and 100%. Striking the outside corner, so 0-1 count to McMahon, who has ground to first, struck out looking, and struck out swinging. Batting .256 with 10 homers and 43 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. And tap that one foul. So McMahon that is in danger of having a hat trick today, which means striking out 3 times. So if Kirby does hit the strikeout here, then McMahon will have the hat trick. He's still racking up a good amount of strikeouts today, to be honest. They've had 10 already. Slider missed outside, 1 and 2. The Yankees bullpen, which, yes, has done amazing in July, but before July, they weren't really a top 10, not even a top 5 bullpen, but had a really good K per 9 rate. This ball's popped up. Would have room, and yes, he does. Catch in right before the railing. So the Rockies stray in 1, pick up a couple of hits, and do not score. Time to get him in stretch. Time for some Sweet Caroline.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Good times never seem so good. I'm inclined to believe there never was, but now look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only 2. And when I hurting runs off my shoulders, how can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Good times never seem so good. I'm inclined to believe there never was. No. feeling so good. Sweet Caroline, I believe they'll never come.
So we are back. Marquez so far has pitched excellently. He's in 6 innings pitched. He has 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Not sure if he's still in the game or not, but I think he would be. His pitch count is only in the 80s, and the Rockies bullpen has been wrecked the past couple days. Yep, so Juan Marquez still in there, and misses the fastball upstairs, 1-0. He has a short inning here. You wonder if he'll be able to pitch 8. Just a 1-0. Fastball hits the inside corner, 1-1. Scott Oberg in the bullpen. So it will be interesting to see how far I'll let him go. This could be his last batter, as Oberg is. Well, Marquez is also a right-hand pitcher, so it'll be interesting to see how far he'll go. GD lines that one foul on the right-hand side now, 1-2. Yankees can score rather quickly with their really amazing offense. So I wonder if Obert's just in there for show until there's like a real side trouble. Like I'd say first and second, maybe then he comes in. Slider missed well indeed. He did like a full kind of like really just shifted his weight to his back leg to try to avoid it. They're showing Rockies manager Bud Black, who actually, wow, he won the 1985 championship with the Royals. He spent 15 seasons in MLB. I had no idea about that. Wow, that's so weird. I just thought he was kind of like a manager. I didn't realize he played. Run up the middle, right to McMahon. Actually, no, Story, excuse me. Kind of hard to tell when both guys are playing up the middle, but Story makes the play for out number 1. As Gregorius is retired for the 3rd straight time today. Hitless and 3 at-bats now. And here is Luke Voigt, who has struck out swinging and thrown out to center field. Voigt swings through that one. It's a fastball, still at 98. Wow. It's amazing how it can still throw just as hard. Beginning of the game as well as the end of the game. Voigt, really ugly swing there, missing that slider. Marquez seems in total control. I wouldn't take him out. Even if he allowed a base hit, I would not take him out right now. Might even let him go 8. There's the 0-2. Voigt down on 3 pitches. Wow. Swinging, missing that really nasty slider. Strikes out for the 2nd time today. 2 away. Gotta say, it's really impressive seeing Marquez pitch. I mean, he's really just shut down the Yankees today. Has 6 strikeouts in 7 innings and healthy mix of ground balls and fly balls. I mean, he's been excellent. I really see how he's still a good pitcher with that despite having that 5.12 ERA. Wow. He's made towards but stealing that slider. I mean, he might even throw his slider more than his fastball. It's really good. Throws it really hard too. He has about as many strikeouts as innings pitched last year. That ball's around the middle. There is Story, and he throws out Torres, so a nice 1-2-3 inning for Marquez. It'll be interesting to see if he goes back out there for the 8th inning.
Party girls, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When we're like Lauren, I push it down, push it down. I'm the one Good time call, phone's blowing up. Ring on my doorbell. I feel the love, feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Going back till I lose count. Gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna feel like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Gonna fly all the way to the night. Feel my tears as they slide. Gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. On for tonight. Sun is up, I'm on a map. Gotta get out now. Gotta run from this. Here comes the shade. Here comes the shade. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Going back till I lose count.
Oh, they're interviewing Mike Messina right now. Let's see what he has to say. I like that. He spent 10 seasons with the Orioles and 8 seasons with the Yankees. He won championships with the Yankees, but had better years with the Orioles for the most part. He went to the Hall of Fame with no cap on and says, I'm representing both teams. Not representing no teams, representing both teams. I really like that. That's a great quote. So Tarpley delivered a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1 count to Iannetta. And as that slider misses low 1-1. And then has not made fair contact with the ball today. He has walked twice, scored in both times. Also has struck out swinging. Maybe this time around he'll put the ball in play. Fastball. This is the outside corner 2-1. Actually, O'Neill had a pretty similar trajectory. 8 seasons with the Reds and 9 with the Yankees. So, wow. Pretty evenly matched. Kind of similar to Messina. And fastball misses low, 3-1 now. O'Neill definitely did better for the Yankees by a large margin. And essentially every category. He was traded for Roberto Kelly. I think I knew that somewhere. Made his Yankee debut in 1993 and retired in 2001. Here's a 3-1. And strike 2 called in the outside corner. And once again throws his bat on a missed strike call. But Black is just staring in the umpires. It's so funny because his sunglasses, which are on him, you can't see his eyes, but his expression just says it all. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That wasn't even close. Here's the payoff pitch. And the slider missed low. So Iannetta still hasn't put the ball in play, walking for the 3rd time today. Here's Tony Walters, who hit a sacrifice bunt, reached on an E3 from Voigt, and later scored in the 3rd, and he has also struck out twice. So Rockies still have to get a couple more runs as they try to close things out in the last couple innings. And slider in there for strike 1. Probably doing a pretty good job so far. Pitches on the last walk, didn't miss by too much, and he also had an infield single last inning, but has really not allowed the Rockies to have hard hit balls. That ball's popped up. Who's going to catch it? Right there is Void, and he almost ran to LeMahieu over there. Doesn't look too happy. LeMahieu kind of fell to his knees to avoid Void and almost ran to him anyway. And Void's a big guy. I mean, he's 6'4", I believe, and kind of like two DJ LeMahieu's over there. But they do get the out nonetheless. It's a one away. I don't even think they touched, but like they just nearly missed each other. Sanchez looked at Voit. I mean, I think it was the right idea that Voit was the one with the catch, but gotta call it off. Slider in there for strike one. Almost seems like he throws a slider more than the fastball. Meanwhile, Blackman has had himself quite the day. Solo homer, 2 singles, and scoring 3 times. Let's see if he can add to it right here. Swing through that slider, now 0-2. Wonder if Tarpey will give the high fastball right here. Wow. Bud Black has the 3rd most wins of all time for a former pitcher with 837. And slider missed well. You actually hear Tarpley grunt there. Actually, I think it's proven that if you grunt, it actually adds a little bit of speed and helps your performance a bit. So you hear Matt Scherzer grunt. I think we've heard Joe Biagini of the Blue Jays grunt a bit. Proven to help. That ball is smoked into right field and off the wall. That'll be extra bases. That will easily score Iannetta. Actually, no. We'll stay at third, I guess, because of Judge's strong arm. And he has a catcher by trade as well, despite him DH today. So, wow. Blackman has a 4-hit day, really destroying Yankees pitching in today's ballgame. So 2 balls hit to right, 1 ball hit to center, and 1 ball hits to left. So really spraying the ball all over the field. Didn't miss by much. Top the wall. I kind of like skirted past Judge as a go and get. That's why I thought Iannetta would score easily, but nope. He stopped at third, not that fast. We thought Judge had a bit of a beat on him as well. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Story, who's had back-to-back doubles his last 2 plate appearances. He also, when he doubled for the first time in the 4th, he brought in 2 runs. That was that last pitch off 0-1. So every time, 2 times when he hasn't doubled, he has struck out swinging. So kind of a tale of 2 games right there. Somebody fouls it off to the left-hand side. So Story now in danger of having a hat trick. Actually, a couple of Rockies have struck out a couple of times today. Story, McMahon, and Walters. Walters' last name is spelled Wolters instead of Walters, Walters. So, kind of an interesting spelling. Never seen a last name spelled, or Walters spelled like that for a last name. It was smoked, but foul on the left field line. So we're putting some really good swings in the ball today. So he was early on that slider. So last time when he doubled, I think when he doubled in the 4th, one of the doubles at least, I think it was Patson. He threw, no, it wasn't Patson, but someone threw a slider and then a fastball when he was early on the sliders. So that was perfectly timed up for the fastball. It was the fastball here, this time upstairs, and just missed by a little bit. 1-2. I guess it's pretty sunny out, so the cameras actually have the umbrella over it to stop the glare, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize they did that. Here's the 1-2 from Tarpley. And grounded to second. Torres will throw to first. No one trying to attempt to go home as infield was playing in. So good job by Tarpley to get the non-productive out 2 away. Let's see if we can get out of here unscathed. We have to do that against Arenado, who's 1 for 4 in the day with a couple RBIs and a double. Actually, they're going to intentionally walk him and face Daniel Murphy for a left-on-left matchup. Murphy hits lefties well, so it'll be interesting to see who wins this matchup. So Murphy, meanwhile, is 1 for 4 in the day. He had a bloop single to center field that Talkman was unable to grab and dropped right in front of Hicks. And Tarpley will be burned as well today. So Green and Tarpley will not be pitched tomorrow. Green threw, I think, 34 pitches and Tarpley at 24. Usually, I would say 25 plus you're not going to pitch. Even 20 plus, sometimes you're not going to pitch the next day. So Tarpley, who's trying to make a name for himself. I mean, last year he was on the playoff roster, kind of as a lefty specialist, didn't do that well. This year he had a rough start, but now doing pretty good since the break. And let's see if we can have a jam right here. Get the Yankees a bit of a chance. Murphy's a really good hitter, a very good professional hitter. And Tarpley, I don't think he's gone past rookie status yet, to be honest. I don't think he had that many innings pitched last year. I think he only had 9. So I think he's still, he definitely still counts as a rookie this year. Fastball misses low, 1-0. I wonder where Tarpley came from, because he didn't come from the Yankees organization. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I would have heard of him. So 1-0 to Murphy. And here's the next pitch. And gets by Sanchez. A running comer home. And it is high, so and it does score. Wonder how they'll score that. Yeah, that was a pass ball, and definitely seen less of that this year. Not the right time to do that. A run scores because of his pass ball. I wonder if it will be an unearned run for Tarpley, not his fault on that. So, yep, it is due to pass ball. I think it's like 7 or 8 for the year, which is still pretty high, but definitely lower than the 15 out of last year. So the Rockies with that pass ball now at 8-2. Distancing himself even more against the Yankees. Slider just missed inside. 3-0, so Tarpley not that impressive this time around for the Yankees. And Chapman's now up. Well, he hasn't pitched the last 2 days. So Tarpley will maybe finish the inning. Maybe Chapman will just face a batter. Got to keep them fresh. It's a strike in the top of the zone, 3-1. Yeah, kind of weird to see Chapman up in this situation, but you don't want him to not do well against the Twins. And it's always cool because Chapman always uses weighted balls in his warm-up. As Murphy fouls one off, full count. Now going to baseball, you just hear some crackles in the bullpen from Chapman. Throws so hard. Definitely warming up a bit quickly here. I think the last time Chapman pitched was, I don't know when it was the last time. Murphy swings through that one, so Tarpley does work his way out of that, despite giving up the 1 run on the pass ball from Sanchez. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Rockies are up 8-2.
Fresh out East Atlanta, no damn. Fresh out East Atlanta, like a traffic jam. I'm quick to pay that girl like a he go, they wait on me. They try to credit on me, get the beat on me. She waited on me, try to kick it on me, got the bacon on me. Now this is history, and the making on me. Only one play close range that feed. If it goes a million, that's me. I was getting more love. Havana, half of my heart is in Havana, he took me back to.
So Mike Tauchman is up at the plate. I did mention last time how it was a line drive home run. It certainly fits the bill. He hit that ball at 105.3 miles per hour at a very low angle. And it also only went up 364 feet, so it is a Yankee Stadium home run. Here's a very good reliever for the Rockies, which we're not too used to seeing. Scott Oberg has a 1.35 ERA, 50 strikeouts, and 46 and 2/3 innings pitched. So a great start from German Marquez, and I will say how he did in just a moment. I don't know if Scott Oberg was originally from the Rockies. I'll have to check that out. Not the best Wi-Fi here, so I have to check that out a different time. But he had 2 blood clot surgeries, which is pretty crazy. So Oberg, a trooper out there on the mound, still having a great season too. So Marquez in 7 innings pitch gave up 3 hits, allowed 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and the home runs from Tauchman and LeMahieu. With 2 walks and struck out 6, so quite the performance. Actually, no, he struck out 5, excuse me. A 2-0 count to Tauchman. There's a strike on the outside corner at 94. Oberg throws pretty hard. Because at any chance of this ballgame, they got to start scoring here. Very tough to score 6 runs in 1 inning. So not too good for them today. But at least they'll come out of the series playing 2 out of 3. If things keep going the way it is this game. Strike at the lower part of the zone, 2-2 to Tauchman. The bat prior to hitting the home run, he lined out to left field. Actually, David Dahl does not have that many stolen bases. That was just his 4th stolen base. I thought he had more than that. And Tauchman fouls it off, which is at 96. Wow. Don't remember Oberg throwing that hard. Tauchman not having that bad of a year for the Yankees. 248, 6 homers, and 21 RBIs, and a 340-something on-base percentage. Kind of went away quickly, so a little bit tough to see. Here's a 2-2. Good swing on a tough pitch. Stays alive after swinging that hard slider in. I mean, earlier on, he just looked lost to the plate. He had really bad eye and kind of looked a little bit weird in the field. His bat wasn't there. Now, every single aspect that I mentioned about his bat, all of them have improved. He has a great eye now. He's hits to all fields. He's one of the best defenders in the American League, top 5 defender. Even though he hasn't played too many games out there in left, or too many games started at least. That fastball missed outside, 3-2, excuse me. So I don't know if he'd be up for Gold Glove consideration, but definitely making a decent case for himself out there. And here's the payoff pitch. The fastball missed upstairs, so Tauchman having himself a pretty good day. Well-deserved 8-pitch walk. I'll flip it over to the top of the order for DJ LeMahieu. Well, as I mentioned, a solo homer back in the first. And also has ground out to third and ground to short. He does get a multi-hit day today. I think he will tie Blackman for the most in majors with 40. To be the last plate appearance from him as well. So Has to do it right now. And sunglasses. I guess Walters was having some sunglasses and gave it to one of the guys in the dugout. Doesn't need them anymore. Kind of that twilight period. The sun isn't as on catcher Tony Walters right now. Mayhew's still sporting those sunglasses, though. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Mayhew is batting .334 in the season, which leads the American League. I think it might be third in baseball. I know Jeff McNeil is batting .340-something, leads the majors. Oof, that's a tough pitch to call. That fastball is definitely a bit low and inside. But it's a 1-1 count. And you kind of looked back and was wondering what that call was, too. Pops that one up. Actually, a high fly ball. Deep center field, and wow. I think Blackman makes the catch, but they do collide. That was trouble. It went pretty deep and kind of hard for Blackman to see, and lack of communication, too. Rockies' outfield defense not been that best here in the series, at least first 2 games I saw. Blackman caught it right in front of Ian Desmond. And Mayhew probably lost his bid at 40th multi-hit game. Not going to happen always. Still has a homer today, so still a good day for him. Here's Aaron Judge, who is 1 for 2 today. With a strikeout looking, a walk, signal to right. Batting even .300 with 11 homers, 26 RBIs, and a .427 on-base percentage. Despite missing the time with a oblique injury, still having a very good year. And he fouls that one right back in the screen. A very good swing. You know what I think is interesting? I wonder if the reason why Judge has not pulled too many homers this year, I wonder if it could be because of his oblique. I mean, yes, he's probably better with the oblique right now. Swings through that middle and pitch too, now behind 0-2. I mean, with his oblique, kind of makes it harder to turn because you use your obliques a lot during your torque. It's a bit harder to turn on the ball. And sometimes can still affect you even when you're back in the ball field. And he has had some trouble up and in. And straight 3 call in the outside corner. Judge not too happy about that one, but it was there. So Judge strikes out looking for the second time today, 2 away. It did look a bit outside, actually, on closer review. Maybe just got a fraction of the plate. So really good spot for Ober. That was a 2-seam fastball right there that caught Judge off guard. So here's Aaron Hicks, who has walked, struck out, and ground to second. And fastball misses low, 1-0. But having both runs via the home run, Yankees only have 3 hits with 3 walks. The only guys actually who reached base today were Mayhew, Judge, Hicks, and Tauchman. Both Judge and Tauchman have reached base twice. And here is the 1-1 from Oberg. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. Yeah, I agree with what the Yankees announcers are saying. That fastball is in there for strike 2, now a 2-2 count. I think he's most likely going to lose this game. Still took 3 out of 4 against the Rays. and they took 2 out of 3 against the Rockies. So all said and done, it's a very nice road trip. Like he's getting 3 games during that time. Throw over to first not in time. Murphy trying to check the home plate umpire. There's a back pick by the catcher, Walters. But is now a full count to hits. So 2 outs. A runner on first and a full count. Talking will be on the move, so a extra base hit should be able to score him from first base. Talking has really good speed. Here's the payoff pitch. And a high fly ball, deep right field. And Yalabai baseball, folks. A 2-run homer from Aaron Hicks. That is his 10th of the year. And he's now trailed 8-4. There's the life that we wanted to see today. Wow, all the runs today have been scored via the home run. And with that 2-run bomb there, right back in it. Not over yet. Not over till the fat lady sings. And the only question about that ball was if it was fair. Definitely had the distance hits. Drop the bat right away. Love him showing emotion like that. Inside fastball, and Hicks is ready for it. Really, just watch that one. Taking pride in his work. Encarnacion, it's a deep fly ball. Who's going to make the catch? And Dahl runs in front of Desmond to make the catch, but not before the Yankees score 2 runs thanks to Aaron Hicks' 2-run bomb. As we head to the 9th, Rockies are up 8-4. I'm trying to play music, but nothing's coming up, so I guess you want to have music. My apologies on that. There you go.
It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh, oh. Make me your radio. Turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. So sing along to my stereo. Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? But hit me edge, you can travel, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. This is the last girl that played me, left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's stereo, don't ease you. So listen, hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio, turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo. Just sing along to my stereo. Let's go. If I was an old school 50-pound bull box, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops? They crank it higher every time they told you to stop. And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me.
Here is Aroldis Chapman. It's a 2.45 ERA, converted 25 out of 29 save opportunities and 36 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has 53 strikeouts. So not sporting the sleeves today because of the immense heat. Of course, it's not a save situation for the Yankees right now, so they're trailing by 4. But Chapman does need to get some work and keep him fresh. especially facing a really good team, the Twins, tomorrow. Despite them having a tough second half so far, they still are 21 games above 500. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. So I'll tell you guys how Tarpley did in just a moment. That's a high fly ball. Hits running in, and he will make the catch for out number 1. So Desmond now 0 for 4 in today's game. So Tarpley, an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs because of the pass ball. Gary Sanchez allowed 2 walks and struck out 1. So not too bad. As that ball comes up and hits Sanchez. And classic move by the umpire, Jason Visconti, to go out to Chapman and give him the ball, give him some rest. So here is David Dahl. Had a pretty good day today. Say what he did in just a moment. Just got it right in Chapman on my scorecard. And slider in there for strike 1. Now a 1-1 count. It's to left fielder David Dahl. The slider hits the lower outside corner. Really good pitch from Chapman, now 1-2. Dahl is 2 for 3 in the day. He has singled in 2 runs back in the third, struck out swing. Got hit by a pitch, but then later stole a base. Also an infield single last time up. Here's the 1-2. And swings and misses at the high fastball. Now 2 and away. That fastball's at 97. So Chapman, despite not hitting 100 as much as he used to, and certainly no longer 103 to 105. He is still dealing and throws pretty hard. 2 away. Here's Ryan McMahon, who is 0 for 4 in a day. He has ground to first, struck out looking, struck out swing, and popped out to first base in foul territory. Pitch. First time ever seeing Chapman when you're already 0 for 4 in the day. It's kind of tough to come in and face someone as amazing as Chapman, but get a hit off him, you got to feel pretty good. It's a pretty elite pitcher. Chapman holds set. Here comes the 1-0. Ball poked the other way, but foul. McMahon really late on that one, as Chapman jammed him there. Only 1-1 count. So again, just a tune-up for Chapman, and hopefully he has a relatively quick inning. Be all fresh and ready for tomorrow, if needed against the Twins. And really amazing slider. That one hit the bottom of the zone. I mean, he is a filthy slider. I mean, we'll talk about how hard he throws, but it only plays well if you have that secondary pitch that you mix in from time to time again. So McMahon in danger of having the hat trick, which means striking out 3 times today. And slider just missed outside. Good take from McMahon. I think McMahon is the only Rockies player to not reach base today. Yep, that's correct. Even Murphy's reached base. Yeah, Murphy's reached base, as well as Walters actually reached base from a stolen base. I mean, not stolen base. Reached on a sacrifice. I'm gonna help your on base. I don't know if he hit him safely then, but like, he hasn't even touched first base today. McMahon fouled off that last pitch, so still 2-2. Chapman trying to have a relatively easy 1-2-3 inning despite a pretty good at bat from McMahon right here. And here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, 3-2. That one at 99. So fastball working for Chapman pretty well today. Getting a little bit extra boost from the heat, which naturally makes you throw a little bit harder. Chapman holds set. And here comes the payoff pitch. And slider did not go around, so McMahon does reach for the first time today. The Rockies still up at bat, 2-out walk. That's a hard pitch to lay off. Slider that kept going outside, and Sanchez did all he could trying to frame that back in to no avail. So here's Chris Iannetta, who every time he has walked, he has scored. Has 3 walks today and 1 strikeout. So technically doesn't even have to take the bat off his shoulders today. Sanchez missed that one, but the ball stayed in front, so it's a 1-0 count to Iannetta. Then 237, 6 homers, 21 RBIs, and a 336 on base percentage. I think Walters is the main catcher for the Rockies. He's better defensively and also has a higher batting average. It's a high fly ball the other way, and it will go out of play as well. It's now a 1-1 count. It's kind of annoying that Chapman was unable to retire McMahon. It's now he's starting to get a little bit up there in pitch count, already at 15. Rather than like having 11 pitch. 1-2-3 inning. Oh, nice. A kid made a leaping grab in front of his dad. Got to feel good about that. Actually, once caught a foul ball in a minor league game, but never have caught a ball in a fly in a major league game. A big swing miss from Iannetta. The last one, 1-2. Chapman trying to get the second strikeout of the inning. Hold the Rockies at bay. They're chasing 4. So Chapman holds him here. It's still going to be tough, but at least gives him a decent shot. Here's the 1-2. Fastball missed upstairs, and McMahon does steal a base. Second stolen base for the Rockies today. The other one coming from David Dahl. Like I said, the Yankees have a lot of trouble with guys stealing bases. That's going to be very tough against teams like the Astros and the Red Sox in the playoffs. Even guys that have speed in the playoffs. I mean, the speedy runner on your bench. You're up down by 1, and Chapman's in, or Betances is in, or Ottavino's in, or really just any one of the Yankees pitchers. You can steal. I mean, you've got a good shot, despite Sanchez with such a good arm, and Torres and Didi that great at tagging runners. So it would be tough. And swings through the slider, so Chapman has a pretty nice inning. The Rockies strand 1 and do not score. Last hits for the Yankees. Have to score 4 if they want to keep on playing here. Rockies are at 8-4, so we head to the bottom of 9th.
Take time, turn all of the lights on for every boy and every girl. Take time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. To take me home. I know you want to take me home. I know you want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. Closing time. This one won't be open till you.
So Wade Davis on the mound. He has converted 14 saves and 16 opportunities, has 29 strikeouts in 28 third innings. Most alarmingly, has a 6.04 ERA, which I'm sure is pretty tough in Coors Field. So, again, another tune-up, but this time for the Rockies. Davis not pitching in a save situation, but has not appeared in series so far because mostly the Rockies have been destroyed by the Yankees' offense. So Sanchez will be the first one to face off against Wade Davis. Yep, he was the closer for the Royals before signing a nice deal with the Rockies. Still is pretty good stuff despite the high ERA. And he's facing Scott Oberg, who in an inning pitched, got one hit, one walk, gave up 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and had a strikeout. The 2 runs coming off the bat of Aaron Hitt, so a 2-run homer last inning. Last pitch is a ball, so a 1-0 count to Sanchez. It'll be Sanchez, Gregorius, and Voigt due up against Oberg, and they're all over 3 in a day. Sorry, Davis. Fastball missed upstairs, 2-0 count to Davis. Again, still just 4 guys who have reached base today, which is LeMahieu, Judge, Hittis, and Tauchman. That fastball is in there for strike 1 now, a 2-1 count. And slider just missed outside, 3-1. Last time that Davis pitched, which was back on July 16th against the Giants, he gave up 4 runs and lost the game as well. So, love to see that here too. The Yankees can start something here. Big swing miss from Sanchez. That was probably ball 4. That's a full count. Himself no favors there. Here's the payoff pitch for Davis. And a high fly ball, deep left field, but right there is Dahl, who makes the catch right in front of the track. So Sanchez gave it a ride, but nothing to show for it. Yankees now 2 outs from losing the final game of this 3-game series against the Rockies. Well, here's Didi Gregorius, who was flown out twice to left field and also grounded out to short. Looking to get on base for the first time today. So despite Gunnar being out today of left knee soreness, he has a good chance of being brought back into the lineup tomorrow. As Didi lays off the changeup, 1-0. The last pitch is Sanchez, and that was a hanger. Sanchez gave a pretty good swing. The kind of, despite him not getting any good results from him. He's been swinging the bat too badly today. Hit a line drive right at the middle that went to the right into the shift to Ryan McMahon. And also a nice fly ball to David Dahl on left. So maybe he started to get things going for him. And hopefully that will happen against the Twins series. Fastball at the top of the zone now, a 2-1 count to Gregorius, which was drafted by the Reds, and then spent a good portion of his career in the Diamondbacks before being traded to the Yankees. A 3-team trade where Robbie Ray and someone else is traded to the Diamondbacks. Shane Green was traded to the Tigers, and Didi Gregorius traded to the Yankees. It's worked out for everyone, all three players doing very well. Gregorius now in a 3-1 count. Takes a fastball upstairs, only at 90. Full count. Severino rocking the blue shades in the dugout. Hopefully we'll see him in late August and September. He was top 3 in Cy Young in 2017, top 9 last year. He laces that run right to McMahon at second base. So both Yankees, Sanchez and Gregorius, hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. And now they are down to their final out. Here's Luke Voigt, who's batting .272 with 18 homers, 52 RBIs, and a .387 on base percentage. He has struck out twice today and also flied out to center field. Ground it to third. Going to be a long throw for Arenado, and in time. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for Davis to close it out. Yankees lose 8-4 against the Rockies, but take 2 out of 3 games against Colorado. I do thank you guys for joining in. I'm Alan Cohen, representing Yankees from Israel, and we are tuning out.